So
Okay.
I hope, Jivan, everything is well, healthy, and safe at your end, right?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I got a negative certificate, so it's okay.
Oh wow, that's you are out of danger, right?
Yeah, I was positive few weeks back.
Okay, okay, okay. But hope everything is fine
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. Now it's okay.
Healthy also,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. Now it's a 3 months notice, so that is okay.
Okay, fine. No worries. Then it's better. Yeah. Sorry, Jaswinder, you can continue.
No, I hope you all are safe. Thanks for asking, Jignesh. Let's
Welcome.
start with this. Jeevan, all yours. Like you can just brief me about your company, about your requirement, and then we start with the demo immediately. I'll share
Yeah.
my screen.
Actually, we are a Mumbai-based software development company. Okay.
Correct.
We are part of a capital market publishers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's Emot is the sister concern of capital market publishers. So we are a
Okay.
publishing company as well as we are selling data to our clients. Data means financial data, BSc, NSC, like okay. So
Right.
that is our basically what this remotes and capital market.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
and our requirement is actually currently we are using a Linux-based mail server
Cute.
and Microsoft Teams. That is a mixed thing
Right. Right.
because we don't and this collaboration we are not using and we don't know where is this data is going. Somebody we are sharing some files and where it's going, who is
Right.
opening like that.
Right.
So we are looking for a combined solution for this, and it should be in our premises,
Okay.
and it should be visible to what happening in my server, in my services, so what I am using. It is the
Right.
basic requirement.
Right, right. Excellent. So we have clients whom we all have also given a very high level of security. We also have clients from banking sector, finance sector as well. So we understand this very well. And what we do is we give them complete private cloud. So you can have your own complete kind of policies, restrictions. As in when we go through a demo, you'll understand what kind of restriction and what kind of policies you can make and build with this kind of system.
Mhm.
So, anything else that you want to share, or should I start with the demo?
No, this is my requirement.
Okay.
That I said.
So,
That is mailing with this video chat and this document management.
sure. So let me just share. I'll do the entire presentation in two different parts. First part is about user interface, what all features they get as a part of this solution. It's a complete suite basically. When I talk about IceLab, it gives you everything that a good premium solutions like Microsoft or Google is providing these days, but at half the cost and better the security. So as I've told you, you can customize your security, your features, your kind of requirement with the solution the way you want with this solution, and you can have a complete thing on a private cloud as well. So let
Okay.
me just start the user interface.
And one more thing. So why we are using cloud, this Skype? We can use your own solution. No, if you have some video conferencing solutions with IceWrap, we can check with that also if possible.
I'll show you a demo on that as well. I
Okay.
intentionally didn't use it because like we were already on this platform. I was giving in demo to some of the clients, so I thought I'll just continue. It will be easy for
Okay.
me.
Okay. No
I'm
problem. No
sorry for
problem.
that. I should have used IceWrap solution. I'm extremely sorry. My apologies for that. I should not have
Okay,
done
no
so.
problem. Just I have seen you are using Skype, so I thought if it is in your solution, then why you are using some other thing? That's what I asked. Okay, no problem.
So the reason, like as I've told you, I was already connected with one of my customer in Dubai.
Okay, okay,
He was more comfortable. He always asked me to join in Skype, so I thought, why not continue in
okay,
Skype
okay.
itself?
It's okay, no problem.
Yeah. So I'll give you a demo on that as well. So for me, we use multiple solutions, so that's not an issue for me.
It's okay, no problem.
So just let me know once you see my screen and uh, if it is visible to you, the inbox, the iSwap solution.
1 second. Yeah, got it.
Okay. So once you log in, to the interface, this is what the users will see. This is web-based dashboard basically, and you
Okay.
might say it's very clutter-free. Just like Microsoft Outlook, I'm talking about Outlook client. I'm not talking about OA. So just like Outlook client, it gives you all the features, but on web interface. So you also get desktop suite if you want to go for it on an enterprise version, you get that. But on webmail, you get all the things that you get on a Microsoft Outlook client. So
Okay.
here, if you see, you have bottom pane, you can change the way you
Uh-huh.
want your interface to look like. You have a right pane, the way it was earlier, and you have none. So it's all up to you how you want to work with your inbox look and feel.
Okay.
Then, as you said, you wanted to have a chat facility. On right hand side, you see I have two demo links which is already there. So
Uh-huh.
you can see somebody is on do not disturb. So when you see red, that means is on DND, and when you
Mhm.
see it's on green, that means the person is available. Just like Microsoft, you have similar feature in Teams, right?
Okay.
And when you click over here, you can just chat with them. I say hello, how are
Uh-huh.
you? So as soon as you chat, I've kept my chat open, and you see that there's a link that has come in. So the person can always say, "Hi, I am fine," and it goes there. So suppose if you want to send something,
Uh-huh.
again, just like any other chat solution, you can share the document. I'll show you how to upload the document, how you can use just like Google Drive, how you can use Drive functions over here. You can have
Okay.
conference that you can create and you can block something. So basically, if you want to add some files or upload some files from your local file, this
Uh-huh.
is the local file, local drive,
Uh-huh.
and this is something from where you can upload from your local machine.
Okay.
So this way you can even share the document, and this is something which is one-to-one kind of chat.
Okay.
Let me just go back over here on the chat. I've just closed. I'll just close this chat. Now, once this is done, inbox is something which is very easy. So I'm not taking you deep into the features of inbox, but let me give you some interesting features. So when you go on compose over here, you will see there is an option for send, and there is even an option which is send with delay. Now, in Outlook, there is an option, similar option, but it is very complex. Not every user might be knowing how to use the delay kind of option.
Okay.
So you can use if you are if you are working late night and if you don't want to send some mail which is at 1 p.m. in the 1 a.m. in the night, uh,
Okay.
you can always schedule it for next day morning or maybe 10 days after that as a scheduler, and you can just send it and leave it and it will go automatically.
Okay. Okay.
So that's one of the good features which is very easy basically. And if you see, when I say it's all clutter free, when you are composing it, that means you are totally working out of your box only on this, so you can concentrate better on what you are doing. So there's no much of clutter, no much of tools over here, but still you will find everything that is required to compose a nice mail.
Okay.
And then you can send it to a team chat. I'll tell you what team chat is. The entire thing can be send it to a team chat. You can also upload files, and there's an option which is not enabled in this demo version. You can send it as a smart attachment. So suppose you are sending a file which is of say 500 MB, 1 GB or 2 GB. Generally AutoCAD files, large PDF, they are heavy, right? More than 30-40 MBs are generally not received by our vendors mostly. So in those cases, you have an option which you can enable it and send it as smart attachment. What will happen is your data will be stored on your drive and they will get it as a link by itself. So you need not
Okay.
use WeTransfer or anything which is outside your domain kind of thing. You will use everything within your solution itself. So you have
Okay.
a better control out of that,
Okay.
right? So this will give you, and then you have signatures also. You can customize your signature, add your signature. I'm not taking you through that signature, but this is how Compose works with so many extra facilities that we have. Now, that's about composing a mail. So, second important feature that we have is template. So when you click on new, you get templates over here, and you can just draft a template, save it. It gets saved inside a template folder. So once it is saved inside a template folder, you can use that template anytime and just put the recipient address, put the subject line, and click on send. So again, when you create a template on Microsoft Outlook, because I've been using all the three solutions, Outlook,
Uh-huh.
Google, and IceWrap, I know how difficult it is to make a template on those solutions.
Okay.
So you might also agree with me. And over here, it is just one click. So click, create a template. It is just like you're composing a mail. I say abc at test.com,
Mhm.
test template. Sorry, I'm bad in typing. template 1 test, and I just say save.
Okay.
So it gets saved basically, and once it is saved, I'm sorry, this is a demo version. I might not get few features in this, but as soon as, because it won't allow me to save much of data in this demo version. So once you save it, you get a template folder over here, and then you can just open that mail and just send it.
Okay.
Right? So that's about creating a template. Then we have appointments. Appointments are just like calendars. So the way you create calendar, we just created a calendar to, you can create a new calendar event and just click on create, it gets created. So that's pretty easy. Creating a calendar, marking it created, done. You can just select on the time in which time you want to create a calendar, whom you want to send it. So all those things can be done, and it is just like any other calendar. It is compatible. It sends you in normal VCF iCard format, so it is acceptable to most of the other email clients as well.
Okay. Okay.
Standard format basically. Now let me just close this and come to context. So context, the main thing is you can create individual context. You can import bulk as well. So if
Okay.
you have thousands of contexts getting exported from different solution, and if you want to import it for yourself, yes, you can do that.
Okay.
So context, I'm not taking you in deep. In case if you want something which I should explain you in more detail, you want to know something more, we can definitely help you out with that as well. So distribution list is a list which your end user can create for himself or herself. Giving you an example, suppose you have a department, say design, and that design department has 5 or 10 people, and your HOD wants to send everyone same mail. So instead of typing 10 different email IDs, he can keep his department user IDs group kind of thing or distribution kind of thing ready. And once he creates an email, he just needs to enter the distribution list name. That's it.
Okay.
So I hope you understand what
Yeah,
distribution
yeah,
list
I'm getting, I'm
is.
getting.
Now the feature is like this is at user level. You also get an option at domain level. So suppose you want to create a distribution list, or by default, if any user is joining in and he should get added into a particular department, or he or she should get added into a particular domain, we can do that as well for you. So you
Okay.
don't miss anyone in a group. Generally क्या होता है, I've seen mostly in Microsoft 365 for many companies, what they do is like it becomes difficult for them to maintain. Whenever a new person is joining in and whenever a person is resigning in, they forget to add that person into a specific department. So here we can automate those things and remove those small technical errors. So that's available with us. That's at admin level, which we can create and handle it.
Okay.
So I'll just show it to you when we go towards our admin module, demo for an admin module. I'm sorry. So we are completed with email planning. Now let's see what is there in task, how you can manage small projects in task itself. So unlike just giving you a task option, what we have given here is task with collaboration, so that you can manage small projects over here itself. So it's a complete project management tool. I won't say it's a large project management tool. It won't give you all those facility like Microsoft project, but it can give you a good support in managing small projects. You can create task, you can have a start date, end date, you can create the status, what the on what status that specific project is, what is the percentage that it has been completed, prioritize this, give all the details that it has. You can just type whatever you want. If you want to attach something, you can do attachment, you can link everything. Those all features are there, and you can just save it. So once you save it, let me do it for you. I don't know whether it will save test.
So just click, you check that participant tab.
Right? I'm so sorry.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So participants, you can add participants. I'll just add as of now, say 1 or 2 people over here. Say just
It's okay, got it. I got it.
okay.
Okay.
I'm just adding 1 or 2 people over here just for you to show. In case if there's any attachment, you can do that, but I'm just skipping on the attachment. But I'll say okay. So as soon as you add, you will see a task list created over here, and you will be able to in fact work on that task as well. So this is the task that has been created. Now,
Okay.
whosoever has been added in that task, they will be able to see what is the stage of this task, basically.
Okay.
Even they will be able to collaborate, they will be able to update, they will be able
Uh-huh.
to change because they are all participant and they are all sharing in this project. So whosoever is involved, the participant, whosoever is there, you can in fact add or edit this participant at any given point of time. And
Okay.
once you add it, you being the creator of this task, they will get a message. The recipients will get a message to accept it. So once they
Okay.
accept it, then
Okay.
this question mark will go away and they will
This is of the
this has been
project.
accepted by them.
Okay. They will be the part of the project. Right.
Perfect. They will become a part of the project. Excellent.
Okay.
So that's how this works. So you see that the previous task is on hold. This is on pause. This task is going on and has been completed 25%. This is how you in fact manage your project. And in fact, in Sysmic, we are doing the same thing. So we get many multiple projects. We are into multiple things, basically different things. And this is how my team is managing the projects over here. And then like just like any other online document editor, we also have document editor. But the benefit over Google, when I compare it with Google, is we are using similar kind of plugin which is there for Microsoft. So when you use our tool, basically you will feel like you're working on Microsoft product and not Google. I have seen people are more comfortable with Google Excel or Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word rather than Google Sheet or Google Docs. So when I show you, I open it for you, and this is how it looks basically. IceWrap Excel sheet basically, and
Uh-huh.
you will find it exactly like the lighter version of Excel.
Okay.
And the best part it saves in XLSX format, DOCX format. So if you see over here, it saves in this format itself.
Okay.
So that's a benefit of a tool, like it gives you more flexibility upon how you work. So when you create a Word file, by default, if you see, it stores in .docx.
Okay.
But in
Okay.
case if you have already made a document, if the document is already there, let me just
Mhm.
close this. And if you want to save it, you get an option to save it either in XLSX or in
Okay.
OpenOffice ODS format or CSV or PDF, which are generally a standard format acceptable globally.
Okay.
Right? So OpenOffice is also a open
We can
source
save it
tool.
to in our network server. Uh, we can save it to in our server. No.
Yes, this will by default save it on the server. You get a good space. You can check. You can opt for 30 GB, 50 GB, 100 GB plan. You can always. I'll come to that. Like about spacing and all those things. I'll come to that. You will hear something which is absolutely unique about IceWrap in spacing as well. So I'll
Okay.
come to that. Yes, when you work, it saves it in server. But in case if you want to download it, here's an option. You can always check that option and download it on your local machine.
Okay.
So that is there. So we don't restrict you and we want you to work the way you are comfortable with. So this is a file which gets generated. Now, suppose this is a file and you also want to work and maybe Jignesh also wants to work. We three are a project team, basically, part of a project basically. What I'll do is like on this Excel, I'll just say share and I will say enable this Excel file. I'll share this file with others. It is up to me whether I want others to edit or not. If I want others to edit the same document, I will just click over here. It will now allow people to edit this document. Again, if you want that it has more sensitive data and you want to have password protection, just enable it and you can put a password. So I'll put a password over here.
Okay.
Now, suppose you want to send it as a link with others, you can share it as a link, just copy it. Once you click on it, it gets copied. Or if you want to send it on a mail, just put an email ID and send it, and it goes as a link on a mail as well.
Okay.
So these are the features you can use to collaborate better. Up to 10 people can collaborate on a single file at a time. That's the
Okay.
beauty of the solution.
Okay. Good.
So that's how it works, whether it's Word file, Excel file, or PPT, you can collaborate. And you see, it's all seamless. The entire tool, what I am using, it doesn't need any desktop application. It's all on web. And in fact, the reason I am sharing it to you on my screen is you might notice I am using 3 different browsers just to show you that it is supporting all the new browsers. So this is on Chrome, this is on Firefox, and this is Edge.
Okay.
But only the latest version of the browser is being supported over here. So you always know that you don't have dependency on one browser. In case for some reason one browser is not working, you have an alternate ready for this thing. So we do a regressive, the IceWarp team does a very regressive check before they release any version, and we install only the most tested and stable version of it. So that's about document sharing over here. I have shown you about this documents. Let me show you about notes. The way you have notes in any other tool, like Google has Google Keep, we have notes over here. You can take the notes, save it, and you can access the notes from here anytime. So if I say test, just when the, and I just say test, I just take some document. This is a test doc, save it. So tomorrow you want to go and access it, just come over here, double click on it, and it's readily available for you. Same way you can have attachment the way you had attachment for your projects or tasks. You can put as many attachment as you want. You can put the attachment from your local file. You can attach even calendar in case if you are making some note. You can attach documents, files from your local machine or drive basically the way you want. You can even attach the task that you have created. So suppose you have a note, you have something to do, you can put everything over here and create a complete note and use it more effectively. Again, this can be shared. So if you want to share a note, if it has something which is common, say you being into technical and you want to share some login details with somebody, you don't want to send it over a mail, you can. So something which is used more frequently, you can share it with your team, but just click share button, put an email ID, password, share it, they will get a link and they will get this under their notes. I'll show you to how it works basically, the sharing works basically. So we completed the email part, we completed the document part, we completed the chat part as well. Let me now take you through more advanced features kind of thing, what it gives you like for more collaboration. So this is an enterprise version that I am using.
Okay.
And we in enterprise version you get team chat, so you can make groups. So if you take the pro version, you get only chat. So when I say chat, it's this one right side, you see it's one-to-one. And
Okay.
this team chat is something which you get in enterprise version, which allows you to make groups, which allows you to make different rooms. You can create your own private room or public room. You can add your people and you can have a complete chat with your department. So that's about team chat. You can share the documents over here. You can create events for that specific group. You can add members, delete members. That's all you can. That all things you can do it using a team chat.
Okay.
Now coming to conference, this is how you see a conference can be done. What I should have done it. I'm sorry for that again. So if you click on Meet now, if you want to do a meeting which is on immediate basis, just put the email ID or name of this chat. So say demo conference. If you want to make it more secure, you can add a password. So let me add a password, say ABC1234, and you can just start it. So once you start it, you say new kind of pop-up will come up, and you will see all the options generally which are there to for a conference.
Okay.
So let it till the time it loads, I'll just share you how it takes a minute basically to load. So you also can schedule a conference. So you can just like a calendar, you can just put a title, set a password if you want, schedule it, put email ID, all the email IDs that you want, and it will get loaded. So since it has got loaded, this is how it looks.
Okay.
So you can enable your video, you can share your screen, you can open and close chat if you want, and if you want to send it, because we had a live chat, so you can copy the link. This is being copied, and you can in fact share it. So when you send it via mail or whether you want to share it on a Google Invite, this kind of link is being built, and you can just share it,
Okay. Okay.
right? So let me just close this. So this is how the conference works basically. Uh, Currently, we do not have a one-to-one video calling like we have in Skype or we have in Teams. This is more like a more professional tool, and we call it as conferencing. So definitely, you can have a conference between one-to-one. You just share the link. It can be one-to-one or it can be 1-5, or the type of license that you take. So depending upon the license that you take, you can have that kind of conferencing basically. Calendar, I have already shown you. Anything that you put, you can manage it from here. Context, I have shown you. Now, the way we have Google Drive, whatever documents I was showing you, whatever documents you save, this is called as drive space or
Okay.
document space. So whatever documents you create, it gets stored by default over here under documents. You can create your own folder. So suppose let me create one folder for you, test, and what kind of documents you want to put, what kind of things you want to put. So I'll set documents under documents. I'll say okay. So this is a folder which has got created test for me. So everything that I want to manage, I can manage it over here.
Okay. It's
So,
my personal window, no?
sorry.
In every user's having the different same like windows.
Yes, just like Windows, the way you make folders, it's a
Uh-huh.
folder within your drive basically.
Okay,
So it is
okay,
just to organize your data. So
okay.
all my documents I can put, suppose I put accounts file. So I can put all my Excel and all those things over here. So it is just to segregate your documents and data.
Okay.
So this is how I can make different documents, and I can in fact share the documents. So sharing is something which I've shown you basically. So you can just click on file and you can share it. So you can create folder, you can share folder. Those sharing of folder is something which is there in a licensed version. Basically, it is again a demo. That is why I'm not able to show you the folder sharing. But then you have micro level rights. Let I'll log into my own live demo, live kind of. Login, and I'll show it to you that as well, because you asked me earlier how to like whether you will be having a sharing of folders or not. So that's there. I'll show it to you that as well. Task is something which you can see over here. What I've just shown you how to create a task and you can manage a project. So these are the tools which you get it completely on a single dashboard. Unlike Google, where you go to a different tool for chatting, you go to Teams for managing your data, you go to some other solution in Google for managing the documents, you go to docs or drive.something.com. In Microsoft, you go to OneDrive. Here we give you everything under one single dashboard. So that's one very easy to use. Once a person start using it within 4 to 5 days, maximum 3 to 4 days by himself, he'll get used to with all the features that it has. Now there are few more things which you will find it more interesting when I show it to you being from admin side. So let me now just go to user login. So when I go to a user login, you get this kind of interface wherein you can manage how your interface, what color you want to use. So that was purple color, which I showed to you over here. It was a
Okay.
blue color interface, and uh, this was a purple color interface. I'm sorry, and this one is a black interface. So if I want to change it the way I want, I can just change it. I can create green and it becomes green.
Okay. Good.
So that's there. Then you can change date, time, all those things. I'm not taking you to this small thing.
Okay. Okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So the main thing that you can use it is it has two-step authentication. It just like Microsoft gives this Microsoft Authenticator app, you
Uh-huh.
get IceWarp Authenticator app to use more secure kind of login thing.
Okay.
Then we have something called as mail delegation. So suppose if you are on leave and your boss says, "Yeah, मुझे अपना email ID password दे. I want you to send this email ID to this client from your email ID." You can
Uh-huh.
just generate a link for temporary 2 hours, 3 hours. So instead of giving user ID and password, you can just click this link, and the person will be able to use your email basically. So when
Okay.
I put this link and when I enter it, it won't ask me for user ID and password, but it will allow me to work for 2 hours in your email ID.
Okay.
So that's always there. And if you want to remove it after that, you can remove it manually, or after 2 hours, it gets disabled by itself.
Okay.
And as I told you, you can import your contacts in bulk using CSV from here.
Uh,
So there are many more things. I'm not taking you for everything. It will take so much of time. There are thousands of different features. So I'll just skip it. So this is all about user interface. I'll just take a pause, and I would like to know, I would love to know how did you find it till over here? Like anything that is missing from user point of view, or any feature that you're looking for, which I didn't, I have skipped or I might not have explained you.
no. I'm looking what you are saying, and I'm comparing with my solutions. It's okay. It's good. So
Okay.
we will go ahead.
Excellent. So let me now take you towards the admin module. And
Mm.
what I am going to do is, since I'm not a person from server side, I might not be able to give you a demo of actual server side, but I'll give you a demo of admin related rights and permissions at user level, basically, and the features that you can use for security. Post that, I will also brief you about something which you can do at server level as well. So this is something which you'll say, this is an interface. You just click on admin on the same URL and you log in with your secured user ID and password, and you will be logging it to your admin ID. So this is a simple interface which I've opened it for you. Now, if you see, you see 33 demo accounts are already created over here. You see how many email IDs are there. In case if you want to disable any ID, delete any ID, you just come and you can do those things. So give me just a second. Let me just take a pause and I'll just continue. I'm sorry. So now when you go into a domain level administrator login, you first of all, you see all the email IDs that are there with you. You see what properties has been given. So how much space you have been allocated, whether two-factor authentication, you want to enable it for that domain or not, whether instant messaging, which is chat feature, which is what you want to enable it to for your users or not. And if you want to create some aliases, you can do that. There's no restriction or number of aliases that you want to create. And the storage that is being currently used for the entire domain at a domain level. So that is what you see from this property window. Uh, So when you go for an enterprise version, you also get an option for MDM. That means you can in fact manage mobile device. It's a lighter version basically. It's not as good as Intune or not as big. I won't say it's good, but I'm so sorry. It is not as big as Intune, but yes, you definitely get a lighter version of MDM so that you can always at least manage devices to some extent. So in case if you want to erase data, if the employees are leaving, you can use this tool and you can just remove it. You get one click out of Outlook sync so that you can configure your Outlook or any other mail client that you are using Outlook sync that we give it to you. And for an enterprise version, you also get desktop suite. So just like Microsoft Outlook, whatever you see on browser, you get it on a mail client as well. So in case if you want to go for it, this is also available. Then when you click on limits, here's a limit. So by default, you might be getting some space, say 500 GB or 1 TB or 10 TB, whatever you want to take, depending upon the virtual cloud that you might go for. You can select something over here. You can select something which is by default. So suppose you are creating a new email ID and you want that by default, each and every email ID should have 50 GB space. So what I'll do is like, I'll just put 50, I'll put GB and I'll save it. So each time I'm creating a new email ID, I know it will be of 50 GB.
Okay.
Right now, what happens is many a times you might have learned that the email IDs or the domain goes in a blacklist. So there is a option wherein you can set it the outgoing limit for a domain. Generally, we set it 500 mails per email ID per user, which is a standard global policy, whether it is Microsoft or whether it is Google. If you see it, that's 500 mails per email ID per day, which will be set for our users. And then disable login to a domain is not required basically because you'll be using it for your own domain. In case if you have multiple domains and if you want that one of the domains should be temporary hold or temporary disabled, you can still do that. Then if you want to put some global rules, for example, you want to put a rule for some specific messages that are coming in and you think that they should be routed to HR, they should be notified to so and so person. So at global level, yes, you can definitely define rules. So these rules can be defined at user level. They also have an option to do that. And admin also has an option at global level to define such rules. And when you log, you can have an option.
Okay, just give me that rule section. I didn't get that.
Okay.
Okay.
So these rules are from where the mails are coming, what subject you want to capture,
Okay.
what attachment you want to capture, what priority. If there is a, if you know that there is a common spam that is coming in for all the email IDs, you can still capture at global level instead of doing it at a specific for specific email ID. You can do it at global level, and then there is something which will also capture the headers which can captures all advanced options, which is like sender and all those things. So you can make multiple combinations. Once the combinations are set, then you can do create an action. What kind of action you want to do? Whether you want to forward it to HR, whether you want to reject those spam mails. If you think that this is a spam and you want to quarantine it, you can do that.
This is
Right?
a user level and a domain level we can do now.
Correct. User level and domain level both you have. So for domain level, only admin will be having a right. For user level, user can do it for themselves as well.
Okay.
So if they suppose that user level you want to create a rule which is you are getting a mail from say a specific client, say you have a client some bank abcbank.com, and you want all the mails should go to a specific folder, you can create such kind of rules. You can create a folder and then you create a rule out of that. Right? Did I make sense? Like did you get it?
Yeah. Good. Okay.
Okay, excellent. So once that is done, we also have white labeling solution wherein you can just create your own interface for login. You can have your own, like I'll just show you. We use webmail.sysmic.in. So this is my interface, which helps me in easily logging it to our system. We have our own virtual cloud, basically. So this is how it looks when you create your own. We help you to create your own kind of branding, basically. Now, let me give you more details on how you can manage users as well. So suppose I go to this user and you think that this user, the best part, before I give you the demo of this user level settings, the best part what we have is we give you space consolidation. And this space consolidation is not available in Google. It's not available in Microsoft, any other, in fact, emailing solution. We are the only provider currently in India who gives you this. So suppose you have 300 users and you take say 100 GB of space into this system. That means you have 3 TB of space, right? If you have 3 TB of space, and there may be many users who might not be using it or maybe using it very less, you can definitely go over here and check what user is using how much of space. So you have an option over here to give space as per the need. So one user, if you want to give them 100 GB, and another user you want to give it only 10 GB, you can do that. So one user, if you want to give 500 GB, and the other you want to give say 2 GB or 5 GB or 10 GB, it is up to you, and you can give that. So suppose we have a user called Avinash, and I'll go to a limit immediately, and I'll just check that he is not a big time user. He is an accountant and everything is configured on his Outlook. I'll just give him 1 GB of space. I'll say 1 GB and I'll save it. It gets saved, right? And now suppose the user leaves the company, and generally what happens is generally you don't delete the user immediately. You keep it for some days, depending upon the company policy. You have option to disable his login or disable his login and receiving mails both. So this can be done at admin level, basically.
Okay. Disable
And
login and receive means what?
disable login, see, disable login, that means user won't be able to log in. When you say disable login and receive, that means he won't even receive the mail. Here he won't be able to log in, but he will be still able to receive the mails. The inbox will still be active. Here the inbox won't be active.
Okay.
Right? So that means the user has left, the mails will bounce, or you can capture those mails depending upon the policy. This will work like for people who are leaving. Now generally when people leave, in most of the companies क्या होता है कि उसको तो 10 दिन के बाद छोड़ना है, 5 दिन के बाद छोड़ना है. तो what you can do is like you can click on expire date डाल दो कि आज से 1 महीने बाद, after 1 month this domain will expire, and make it active. So as soon as you get a mail to expire this domain or to delete this domain after 1 month, 30 days, 20 days, you immediately take, you being into admin, you immediately take an action on it and you enable this. So you need not do it manually now.
Okay.
Got it? So it helps the technical team to manage the things in a better and systematic way.
Okay.
Right?
So okay.
Now, suppose this is a user whose data is not very confidential, not very important, and should not, and is not having a big box, big inbox space, just 1 GB user. So we generally keep policies in our company. So generally we have a policy that anything which is more than 1.5 year, that means 450 days, basically, we delete it. So we can just put 450 days, so it gets deleted. So spam folder, just like Google has a policy of 30 days, you can put a policy of 30 days. This is at global domain level, or even you can do it at user level. So I am doing it at user level as of now. So more than 30 days, it gets deleted. User can send local domain. can send it to local domain only. That means he won't be able to send any mail outside the domain.
Okay.
So if you want to restrict people, there are few people, generally accounts team in most of the companies, they are not allowed to send outside the domain.
Okay.
All only HODs are allowed, then you can just enable it. So this person, specifically Avinash, won't be able to send anything if this is enabled outside this domain.
Okay.
Now, let me show you what disable access to POP3 means. So suppose you don't want them to download the mail and keep a copy on their own personal devices. This
Mm-hmm.
is what you can disable it. So once you disable POP3, they won't be able to configure any mail client using POP3 on their machine. The max
Okay.
that they can do is IMAP. So once it is disabled, once this is deleted, that IMAP goes away,
Okay. Good.
right? So you can have a better control of users from this place,
Okay.
right?
Mm. Good.
So cards I have already showed. I'll not say this. This is how you can save the details of an employee so that in case if you want, if you are working on somebody, say I want to know who, I mean, actually what should be given, you can capture all the data once the HR sends it to you in this place itself. So this becomes a kind of uh, a record for you, for a technical team to, in case if they want to speak to that specific person directly, who they are, because in many companies there are people whom they are treated as VIP, say vice presidents, general managers. So if
Yeah.
you know who it is from their job profile, from their departments, it becomes easy for the technician to give them that kind of service,
Okay. Good. Okay.
right? So this is a card which will help you to manage the data of the users or employees of the company. Then let's come to email. There is a forwarding option the way you have in any other. I'm just not giving you much of details. You know it already. Responder is there, which you can enable it over here in case if the entire team is on leave or they are going for a break, kind of vacation. Or suppose because of this lockdown there was an impact and not and no one is available in such kind of scenario, or somebody is on leave and he's not able to do it for himself, you can do it. You being an admin can do it for him. So
Okay.
you can always enable out of office or responder kind of message for a specific user.
This will be available with user level also, no?
Yes, user level by default it's there.
Okay.
By default, user already has this rules and out of office messages. They are
Uh-huh.
there. If you want, I can show it to you that as well.
It's
But
okay.
yeah, but as I've told you, you being an admin have more control than what they have,
Okay. Good.
right? So if you see autoresponder are there, and
Uh-huh.
the best part is in this case when I about talk about iStep, in autoresponder you have one extra feature which says no responder for. So suppose you enable this, by
Uh-huh.
default it goes to everyone, but
Uh-huh.
you don't want it to send to some specific vendors or specific project leaders or some specific client. You can
Uh-huh.
still have exceptions as well.
Okay.
So
Good.
you can add those email IDs and it will not send, so that you can concentrate on your vacation, you can concentrate on
Okay.
your family and only attend those mails which are very important to you and should respond to that people.
Okay.
So this is at user level. That's always there. So let me come to our admin thing again. I told you about this POP3 and deletion of account.
Mhm.
Email section is all I have told you. In case if you opt for an enterprise version, the best benefit that we are giving you is we are giving you all branded product. We are giving you Cisco solution, and Cisco
Okay.
solution with basic and advanced capturing of anti-spam, not only anti-spam but anti-malware as well. So when you go for a professional or enterprise solution, you can opt for those advanced solution as well. And for antivirus, we have tied up with Kaspersky. So Kaspersky is also a solution which is built in, which is embedded in this.
Sorry,
So,
Jaswinder, sorry to
yes,
interrupt you here, buddy.
yeah.
Would like to add one thing. We are no more working with Kaspersky or Student anymore. So
Oh,
by default, they go for any plan. They would get Cisco antivirus and anti-spam.
wow. So we have everything from Cisco now.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Thank you, Jignesh. Thank you for updating me. So
Uh,
yes, we get Cisco branded solutions for antivirus and anti-spam. I'm so sorry. So this is the upper level of admin, which I was just talking about. So from here, you can see how many mails were sent, what is the current queue of your
Okay.
mail server, and you can understand how many IMAP, how many POP3 accounts are there. This will be better explained by my server tech team. So I
Okay.
won't take you much. And
Okay.
since
It's a
the demo
console.
account, yeah,
It's a console. Okay.
yeah, it's a console basically. It's a console and it gives you an live data about how your server is performing and what it is
Mhm.
doing basically.
Okay. Okay.
Last thing which I wanted to share with you in a admin side is you can create groups. I told you there that if you want to create groups for your entire company or
Mhm.
entire department,
Yeah.
you have a right, you being an administrator have a right to do that using this new group thing. So you just put a group name and create a LS. So that becomes a group. Now you can create a distribution list basis on the group. What distribution list you want to create, what groups you have created. Is it for all the system users? I've told you all current
Mhm.
domain users. So as soon as a domain, a user joins into that specific domain,
Yeah.
you have this alias or mailing list. It gets added to that mailing list.
Okay.
So this happens automatically. So you don't forget on adding a member into a specific group if you create this kind of rules at a global level. So for user level, it is already there at distribution point. So this is all about admin console, how it works basically. Anything you want to ask me or you
And
want to
what
share?
about this archiving, mail archiving?
Okay, now mail archiving is an additional feature that you can opt for. So we give you with the starting space that we give is 512 GB, 500 GB basically, and then you can take it in multiples of 1 TB itself. So mail, what it does is basically it gives you a right, admin right to archive all the incoming and outgoing mails. Number one. Number two, it gives you a right to give the users all the archiving folders, so they will be able to view it, they will be able to retrieve it, but they won't be able to delete anything from that archive folder basically. Again, you can set rules for how many days you want to keep your mails inside that archive, depending on the space, depending on the experience that you will be having it, that okay, this much space is required to keep the mails for 2 years or 1 year, whatever is the policy. So you can set those policy on the archiving side. That's pretty easy. It works the way it works for anything.
Is
And
it archive only mail or chat with desktop? This one, this video chat and all things. Is it
see,
archive as well?
for video, we don't have any kind of archiving, and no provider. I don't understand even Google. I have not seen they are giving any archiving for video talks basically. But yes, for chats, the archiving can be done. Jignesh, can you just confirm whether we do archive chats as well? Because I've seen the histories of chat.
Yes, yes. I'll just confirm with Avinash once. Let me talk to him tomorrow and I'll get back to you on this.
No issues. So I'll take this as a point. So for chat archiving, I'll just check. But yes, for mails, we have given to many clients basically inbox archiving facility.
Okay, and this chat video call is with the desktop share. That is normal. These all facilities are available, right?
On enterprise version, yes. So I would like to know what all features you want. So I understand you are looking
It is
for better
mainly
security.
desktop. We are having lot of training sessions, so we need to share desktop PPT files like that,
And
and
how big is that group? When you want to share, whenever this conferencing are happening, how big is that group?
that is we are using Teams. Okay, so
I
we
understand you're
are.
using Teams. So in Teams, basically, you can broadcast is a feature which can be done for large audience, and then there is a team chat that allows you some 300 to 200 to 300 user. So I
Yeah.
want to know how big will be the team basically when you go for
It
this
will
kind of.
be 300, 1,500. It depends on the product demo. Product demo means that client.
Okay,
Sometimes we are giving some training to some colleges, schools,
right.
management firms like that. There will be 1,000 users.
Okay, fine. So for that, let me just speak with my team and I'll just let you know what best solution I can give it to you in that case. Right?
Yes, yeah.
And yesterday you told me that you also want some security. So we also have DLP with us from Cisco itself. So
Uh,
what DLP does is data leakage and prevention. So in case if you want to set rules like, for example, you don't want to send Aadhaar card related details outside the domain, you can
uh,
capture that detail. If somebody is sending it, you get an alert message. So you can create some rules basis on that. So that's also you were looking for yesterday when we spoke, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right. So what I'll do is like I've taken your requirement basically. So it's 300 users that you have that you want to migrate
200 to
basically.
300. Okay. And we
Sorry.
are looking for 200 to 300 because
Okay.
we are using different domains. So it will be 200 to 300, 300 users.
Okay. So
Take it 200 minimum.
minimum is 200. That's what I'll take it, and maximum can be 300, right?
Jaswinder, after
Yes.
this demonstration, kindly drop an MOM to us all.
Okay.
Okay. So, in regards to the requirement and what we have portrayed and what now we need to showcase ahead. Okay,
Okay.
like 2 pointers.
Right.
You get it? Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, I'll do that. So I've got that. So basically, I'll just summarize everything in next few seconds. So it is around 200 to 300 users. You want video conference for the demos that you are taking in. You want the DLP and the advanced level of security. Basically, you want Drive and you want archival solutions,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So thank you so much for this session, and thank you so much for giving me your time. Let me know in case if you have anything else that you want to ask me, feel free to ask me.
Okay, one more thing I
Uh,
have to check whether if somebody send one attachment that is one Excel file, it will be
right.
open with this inbuilt client or Microsoft client.
You can do it either way. So basically, if you want to send an Excel file,
Hmm,
you can upload that file and send it as a normal attachment the way you want. You
hmm,
can send it from Drive, or you can even send the file that you have created using this tool.
Okay.
So you have all the options. So if you have
That means
Excel, you
file
already
file.
have taken an Excel license and you are working on your desktop and you want to upload it on a drive or want to send it from your local machine, you can do it either ways.
That means I have to write here file sharing as a link.
Correct. You can
Link.
do it. You can upload it on drive and share as a link. You can
Ah,
send it as an attachment as well.
okay, good. Okay.
So generally, it has been seen that you cannot send more than 25 or 30 MB of attachment, right?
Yeah.
So if you know that the size is extending that, and if you have a macro enabled on an Excel file, it won't be received by a recipient if they are on some other platform. It might be treated as a virus. So in those
Okay.
cases, it is better that you send it as a link. And that
Okay.
smart attachment, which I was talking you about, will come handy when you send such a file,
Okay. Okay. Good.
right? Yeah. Anything else? Anything else, Jeevan, that you are looking for?
Not now. Let me check what I have.
So, Jeevan, when do you plan, like, when should we expect, what is your migration plan and how do you plan to migrate
Before
if
that,
you'd
I
like to?
want to, yeah, okay. Before that, I want to know the costing on premises and the cloud and licensing and things.
Okay. So, see, for on-premises, generally, we suggest people when they have more than 2,000 licenses or 1,000 licenses, then it becomes feasible. Else, it becomes very costly. Even banks, I have banks with 18,000 users with me. IDFC Bank is there. Most of the government companies are also going and they go for a private cloud. It becomes
Okay.
easy, it becomes more secure, and you get redundancy better.
Mhm.
So you know when it is on private cloud, you are more secure. You know when it is on cloud, it is the uptime is more guaranteed,
Mhm.
and you get at lesser price, you get at lesser maintenance.
Okay.
So if you want, I can definitely share the costing and everything. That's not an issue for me. On premise is not an issue, but this is a experience that I'm sharing you. This is what we have been working since last 3 or 4 years. There's hardly any customer will ask us for on-premise kind of thing.
Okay, but
That's a
ours is a little bit separate, like same like banks. So that's why I'm looking for an on-premises solution. Okay.
okay.
So it's need more secured because data is a little bit this one
Oh,
sensitive.
That's why I suggested you to go for a private cloud because generally banks generally they keep their own cloud. So for
yes.
Axis Bank, we are the people who are taking care of their servers on control S data center. basically. So we have the entire cage. We are managing it them for them, and we are giving them a complete secured solution as per their specification. Same way, I've told you that we have Cisco kind of we don't use any local kind of services. So it is all from Cisco. The entire team works and gives you everything on private cloud. However, I will give you an option for both the things if you want.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Right.
And when I will get that one, the pricing
Sure.
and
So give me one working day tomorrow, being Friday. Maybe by tomorrow evening or by Monday, latest by Monday, I'll send you the proposal. Will that be fine?
okay. Yeah.
Okay. So how soon, like, do you think you'll be migrating? In case if you like this solution, how soon you will be migrating to this solution? Well, what's
Um,
your plan and all?
60 to 90 days because it's already established the server, no? So I need some time
Right.
to migrate, and the data
Right.
need to migrate this whole thing. So we can migrate this existing data. No, this is Postfix based
Yes.
server.
Yes.
So we can
And
migrate.
my team can help you with migration. We have very little commercials on migration as well, but we can help you with end-to-end inbox migration.
Okay. Okay.
Fine. Anything else?
Only this mail server. That is only mail server. It's not any other services we are using. It's in our data center only. It's our
Correct.
server.
That mail server might be giving you IMAP facility, right?
Yeah.
So using that IMAP, we can always pull that data from your existing server to IceWarp.
Oh, okay. Good.
We
Great.
can always do that. So your team can start working and they will find the data with it works on a queue. So basically you can move everybody on a same day, all 300 users on a new thing. And what we can do is like slowly we can migrate few users, test, and then do a queue kind of thing. And then slowly we can migrate all the data. So that can be done.
Okay. So
Right.
we closed it with June, month of June.
Excellent. Excellent. Fine. That will be great. Okay, Jeevan.
Okay.
Anything else that you want to discuss with us?
No. Actually, I download this your this file from IceWarp web server. That is having this all feature. I have I'm planning to install it and check. Otherwise, you can just provide me some test users, 2 3 users. I can give to my management to check this
I'll give you
facility.
this if you want. I can give you the user interface basically for you to log in.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you my user ID and password. I'll share it with you. You can check it. You can share it with your team. Once they see the feature, I think they will be more convinced. And you can call me anytime, whenever you want. You can pitch me or one of my team member will be there, and they will help you with a demo or any queries that you people have.
Okay, that's good. If you share some, if you create one demo domain and just share to me, I'll create
I'll do.
some 2 3 users and give to my management. They will check
I'll do
and
it. I'll do it. I'll do it for you.
okay. Because they are going to use this. I don't want that much thing.
And trust me, that will be really good. If they start using it, they will say there's nothing better than that. Because my team, you can see that I've just shown you. Once we started it, when we migrated to IceWeb, post that my team has not worked on any other solution because this is such an easy solution. It is
Okay.
made in such a way that you are going to love it. People start falling in love with this
Okay.
software. It is so
I've
clean,
seen that in your
everything
website.
in one single dashboard, and that's what we love in this solution,
Okay.
right?
Good. Okay.
Yep. So then have a nice day. Thank you so much for your time and having this demo. I really appreciate that. And
Thank you.
let's meet.
Good.
Thanks, Jignesh, for joining us.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank you
much.
very much. Thank you, Jaswinder.
Yeah.
And thank you, Jeevan. Thank you very much. If you have anything, you can reach out to Jaswinder at any point of time. And after
Okay.
some time, Jaswinder will send you an MOM also in regards to what we have demonstrated. And if you want, we can share the recording also with you for your reference. Okay?
Okay. No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a
Thank you
nice
so
evening
much.
ahead. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.